After 70, a trip can be the highlight of your year, or an unexpected trip to the ER. You're finally getting ready to travel, maybe to see family, explore a new city, or check off a dream destination. But before you pack your bags, you need to know about 5 hidden travel risks that could turn your vacation into something you'd rather forget. Many older adults board the plane full of excitement, only to land with lingering back pain, dizziness, or unexpected fatigue. Not because of accidents, but because their bodies didn't keep up with the trip. Not enough time to adjust, not enough preparation. No one warned them. In this video, we're breaking down 5 quiet but serious health dangers that can send travelers over 70 to the hospital or cut a long-awaited trip short. And these aren't random horror stories. Experts from the American Geriatric Society and the Mayo Clinic have made it clear. People over 70 need more thoughtful preparation when traveling. Not because they're fragile, but because the body no longer self-adjusts the way it used to. The good news, if you know what to watch for and prep ahead, travel can still be easy, exciting, and energizing. No burnout, no anxiety, and enough strength to enjoy the trip and plan the next one. So whether you're over 70 yourself or you're helping a loved one prepare for a trip, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. These tips could quietly save a life, maybe even yours. And be sure to stick around till the end, because the first danger might already be lurking before your plane even takes off. Hidden danger number 1, blood clots from sitting too long. Ever heard of silent seat syndrome? It's not just sore knees or a stiff back. For older adults, sitting too long, especially during travel, can quietly trigger a life-threatening condition. We're talking about blood clots in the legs, specifically a condition called deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. It can happen when you stay seated too long, on a plane, in a car, or even in an airport terminal. After just 4 hours of not moving, blood flow in the legs slows down. And for people over 70, whose veins may be weaker and muscles less active, this creates the perfect storm for clotting. The scariest part, you won't feel it happening. No pain, no swelling, nothing obvious. But if that clot breaks free and travels to the lungs, it can cause sudden shortness of breath, collapse, and even death. Dr. Sarah Thompson, a cardiologist in Minnesota, shared a heartbreaking story about one of her patients, Margaret, age 74. She was healthy, active, and had just finished a beautiful trip to Italy with her family. The flight home was long, 11 hours. Margaret felt a little chest tightness but brushed it off as stiffness from the plane. 10 minutes after landing, while walking through immigration, she collapsed. Cause of death, pulmonary embolism from an undetected blood clot. Margaret had thought, "I just climbed 3 flights of stairs at the Vatican. I'm fine." But even a strong person can be caught off guard by what hours of sitting can do inside the body. So what can you do? The good news is this is 100% preventable. You don't need special equipment or medications, just a few simple habits. Stand up and walk every 1-2 hours during the flight, even just for a few steps. Rotate your ankles, stretch your calves, and flex your toes while seated. Take deep breaths to keep blood oxygenated and circulating, and consider wearing compression socks. They can lower your DVT risk by over 60% on long flights. It might not seem like a big deal to stay seated a little longer, but for older adults, those few extra hours could make all the difference. Don't let a preventable condition ruin your trip, or worse, end it. It's that tiny slip-up, that little bit of forgetfulness, hour by hour, that can eventually cost your heart dearly. And if you're thinking, "I packed all my medications, I'll be fine," don't feel too reassured just yet, because the next big risk doesn't come from what you forgot to bring. It comes from something you're already carrying every single day. Second, hidden danger, mixing up medications or missing doses. It only takes one pill at the wrong time, one mistimed dose, and suddenly you're lightheaded, dizzy, or even fainting halfway through your trip. And it often starts with something as familiar as your pill box. At home, managing medications is easy. You've got a rhythm. Take this one before meals, that one after, morning versus night, all on autopilot. But once you hit the road, One schedule change, one sleepless night, or one unlabeled pouch, and it's easy to get things mixed up. For anyone over 70, one wrong dose isn't just a small mistake. Time zone shifts, skipped meals, jet lag, late nights, they all throw off your internal clock. And in that delicate state, one heart medication at the wrong time can cause your blood pressure to plummet. One insulin shot taken out of sync, blood sugar crash. What's more alarming, most of these reactions give no warning signs, no pain, no symptoms, until it's too late. In fact, the Johns Hopkins Geriatric Center once reported that nearly 1 in 4 older adults hospitalized while traveling were admitted because of medication mishaps. Not because they didn't know what to take, but because they weren't organized enough to manage it on the move. Take Mr. Walter, 76, who flew from Boston to California to visit his daughter. He packed all his medications, but left his pill organizer at home. When he arrived in a different time zone, he kept taking his pills at the same times as he did back in Boston. By day 2, he was dizzy and fatigued. On the 3rd morning, he fainted in his hotel bathroom. Doctors later said that if he had arrived at the ER just 1 hour later, he could have suffered permanent brain damage, all because he took his pills at the right times, in the wrong time zone. So don't wait until you feel off to check your meds. Are you confident you'll remember which pill to take and when, after flying overnight, crossing multiple time zones, running on an empty stomach, and nodding off during a long layover? Before your next trip, pre-sort all medications in a clearly labeled daily organizer. Print out your dosing schedule or set phone reminders. If traveling across time zones, talk to your doctor ahead of time about how to adjust your timing. And always carry a copy of your prescriptions, in case your luggage is lost or you need to replace anything abroad. Because sometimes just one mistimed pill is all it takes to turn your vacation into an emergency. But here's the thing, even if you take every pill correctly, right on schedule, your body might still feel weak, dizzy, or just off. So what else could be going on? 3rd hidden danger, dehydration and heat exhaustion. A fall, just from thirst. It sounds almost silly until it happens. After 70, your sense of thirst starts to fade. Your body's natural signal for dehydration, the dry mouth, the urge to drink, stops working like it used to. So by the time you feel thirsty, chances are your body has already been running low on water for hours. When you're traveling, this happens more often than you think. Dry air, constant movement, and new environments speed up how quickly your body loses water, while your natural thirst signal becomes less reliable. You forget to drink, you skip the electrolytes, and before you know it, your head spins, your limbs feel heavy, your vision blurs. And then comes the fall. A study from the University of California found that when older adults lose just 2% of their body weight due to dehydration, their balance worsens, their reflexes slow, and their risk of falling triples. Take Linda, 72, who flew from Seattle to Arizona to join friends on a desert tour. The heat was intense, the air was dry, and Linda avoided drinking water, worried she'd need a restroom too often. By mid-afternoon, she started feeling lightheaded. She thought it was just the sun. Minutes later, she slipped off a stone ledge. One step, one fall, and her dream trip ended with a wrist brace. All because she didn't drink enough water. And it's more common than you think. Most people never realize, I fell because I was dehydrated. Dehydration doesn't always feel like thirst. It's sneaky. It chips away at your balance, your reaction time, your coordination, until one misstep becomes a serious accident. So what can you do? Don't wait to feel thirsty. That signal gets weaker as you age. Set a timer on your phone. Take a sip every 1-2 hours. Choose wisely. Filtered water, light electrolyte drinks, or non-caffeinated herbal teas. Use a water bottle with markers so you can track how much you've had. And yes, needing the bathroom more often. That's actually a good sign. It means your kidneys are doing their job. Just one bottle of water and a simple reminder can be the difference between a full day of sightseeing and an unexpected trip to the ER. After 70, your thirst cue can't be trusted, but dehydration still does real damage. If you're still watching and found this helpful, drop a 3 in the comments so I know you're with me. And if you haven't already, tap subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss more simple, science-backed tips to stay healthy and safe on the go. But hydration isn't the only danger travelers face, especially as we age. Dehydration often comes hand in hand with another invisible enemy, sleep loss, and the real danger of prolonged jet lag. Sleepless nights, and no energy to enjoy the trip you plan. Have you ever arrived at your destination only to lie in bed staring at the ceiling, exhausted but unable to sleep? That's jet lag. But for someone over 70, it hits harder. Your internal clock isn't as flexible as it used to be. Shift just 3 or 4 time zones and your body may need days to adjust. But your itinerary doesn't wait. You've got places to be, friends to meet, sights to see, all while your body is wide awake at the wrong time. Jet lag, or what doctors call time zone disorientation, tends to hit harder and linger longer as we age. Wait that thing, because after age 60, melatonin levels, the hormone that helps us fall asleep, drop significantly. On top of that, our internal temperature regulation, another key player in sleep, isn't as sharp as it used to be. According to the Mayo Clinic, people over 70 take about 4 to 6 days to adjust to a new time zone. So by the time you're finally sleeping well, it's already time to pack up and fly home. Take Mr. Henry, for example. He's 78, and he recently flew from Chicago to London with his wife. The trip lasted 8 days, but for the first 5 nights, he barely slept more than 2 or 3 hours at a time. No matter what he tried, melatonin, walking around in the sunlight, keeping busy during the day, his body just wouldn't cooperate. He described it like his head was filled with cement. He was exhausted, his eyelids kept drooping, and the worst part, he got snappy and irritable because everything just felt too much. On day 6, he lost his balance stepping off a tour bus. His body simply couldn't react fast enough to catch him. Sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It throws off your balance, messes with your mood, weakens your immune system, and fogs your memory. That's why sleep loss is now considered one of the top hidden risk factors for falls in older adults, right up there with dehydration and medication side effects. When you're drowsy during the day, your reflexes slow down, your muscles weaken, your patience wears thin, and even the dreamiest vacation can become a struggle. So how can you beat jet lag before it beats you? Plan to arrive a day or 2 before the official itinerary starts. Giving yourself even 1 full rest day before the sightseeing begins can be the best natural sleep aid there is. Use that first day to take it easy. Get outside in the morning sun to help reset your body clock. Skip the afternoon coffee, cut it off after 2 p.m. And if you plan to use melatonin, ask your doctor about the right dosage for you. At night, turn off all screens, TVs, phones, tablets, at least an hour before bed. Blue light keeps your brain wired. And remember, your body needs darkness to produce sleep. The darker your room, the deeper you'll rest. Because let's face it, no matter how great the destination is, if you're running on empty, you won't enjoy the ride. Hidden danger in a 5, falling in an unfamiliar room. All it takes is one misstep in the dark. Have you ever woken up in a hotel room and couldn't remember where the light switch was? Maybe you got up to use the bathroom, didn't want to wake your partner, and tried to walk it out in the dark. Just one wrong step, catching your foot on the edge of a rug, slipping on tile, missing the threshold. And suddenly your trip turns into a trip to the ER. For someone younger, it might just be a bruise. But for older adults, one fall can lead to a broken bone, or much worse. New environments mess with the habits that usually keep us safe. Unfamiliar layouts, slippery floors, dim lights, steep stairs, uneven rugs, they're all small hazards that can turn serious fast. Add in slower reflexes, weaker muscles, and aging eyes, and it's a perfect storm. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 Americans over 65 falls each year, and many of those falls happen during travel, when you're in a strange place, tired, and maybe not thinking clearly. Just ask Mrs. Carroll. She's 75 and flew from Florida to New York to attend her grandson's wedding. She was staying alone in a hotel room. That night, she woke up and headed to the bathroom without turning on the light. It only took one wrong step on a wet bathroom tile. She fell backward and broke her hip. The surgery took 6 hours. But the real challenge came after, a long months without being able to walk on her own. Even now, she still needs a walker. A fall isn't just a minor accident. For many older adults, it's a life-altering moment. There's life before the fall and life after. But the most devastating part, losing independence, the one thing many older adults hold on to the most. Here's the scary part. Most seniors think, I'm fine, I've still got my balance, until they're flat on the floor, unable to move, wondering what just happened. So what can we do to help prevent it? Before any trip, book places with ground floor rooms or elevators. Check the bathroom. Are there grab bars, non-slip flooring, wear sandals or slippers with good traction, and always bring a nightlight, the kind that turns on automatically in the dark. You'll be glad you did. If you're traveling with an older loved one, never let them walk around alone at night. And don't hesitate to say, hang on, let me get the light for you. Because one fall doesn't just break a bone, it can shatter someone's confidence in walking all together. You've just taken a journey, not across cities or countries, but inward. A quiet reflection on your own body, at a time in life when every trip feels like a chance to really live. What did you notice? Tiny risks that sneak in silently. Little things that, if missed, could change the course of a trip, or even your life. A blood clot from sitting too long. The wrong medication, taken at the wrong time because your schedule changed, but your routine didn't. Not drinking enough water, leading to a dizzy spell, and then a fall. Chronic insomnia, leaving your body exhausted and your mind foggy. Or a slippery shower floor. That changes everything in a split second. Most of us don't want to think this could happen to us, but often it's when we believe I'm still healthy that our body is quietly trying to say otherwise. Here's the good news. You don't need to stop traveling. You just need to travel differently, with more awareness, more preparation, and more care. Just one bottle of water, a simple pill organizer, non-slip slippers, a quick stretch mid-flight. These small habits can keep your heart steady, your steps firm, and turn each journey into a moment of really living. If you've ever had a close call, felt breathless on a trip, or you're planning your next adventure, share this video with someone you care about. Sometimes all it takes is one thing they hear to help them stay safe. And if you're ready to slow down, tune in, and live more fully, drop a comment below. I'm ready. We read everyone, because when even one person still cares, that's reason enough to keep living carefully, living long, and living true.